Hello and welcome to another episode of Box Trick. I'm your host, Matt Brady. Joining me today, Ezra Kirk. Ezra, how you doing?
Doing well, man. I'm excited for this.
So Ezra and I have been playing a little bit of DragonBall FighterZ.
Yeah.
Ezra, I will say, is a pretty new Dragon Ball fan. For those of you guys who follow our, all of our social medias, we do like Box Trick, Rebel Watch, Second Breakfast, stuff like that. I've forced Ez to start watching Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
And
it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's great. It's super.
It really is.
Although it's ending, but that's okay because now we have Dragon Ball FighterZ to play.
Right.
And we're just going to kind of dive right into our initial thoughts. Basically, Dragon Ball FighterZ is a 2D fighting game, kind of like Street Fighter. I guess more you could argue it's probably like Marvel vs. Capcom because you can swap in and out characters.
Yeah.
So there's about like 20 characters. You can swap. You have teams of 3. And you've got guys from the entire series, from Z to Super. You got like, Super Saiyan Goku, and then you got like Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Goku Black, Beerus, Nappa, Cell. Yeah, all those guys, Majin Buu. Ez, what were your initial thoughts?
Well, my initial thought, I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was going to be more overwhelming, and it was much easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's really simple. So it's made by Arc Systems. Arc System Works. Those are the guys that make Guilty Gear, games like that. So those games are phenomenal. They're also like a pretty heavy anime style. You got to talk about the visuals. Game is gorgeous.
Wow.
Absolutely gorgeous. It is by far one of the best looking like anime games ever. It looks like you're playing the anime.
Oh, it actually looked like the show I've been watching for weeks now.
So it looks like the comic, I guess. Like it looks like a comic book. I mean, like that's like it's amazing. The art style is amazing. Obviously, you can switch between English and Japanese vocals. I kind of go back and forth on that because I like them both. Music, soundtrack, again.
Oh, that was epic.
Yeah, it's another just very solid Dragon Ball soundtrack. So I guess we should probably talk about some of the features in the game. So you have a story mode, which is pretty decent. It's like a new story, which is kind of cool. It used to be that the Dragon Ball Z games would just replay the stories of all the Dragon Ball Z games.
Yeah.
Or the Dragon Ball Z episodes and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool that this is like a unique story. It's about 10 hours. And it's okay. You fight a bunch of clones and there's like a new android and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. You can like level up and get new skills, things like that. A lot of fun. But the real meat of the game is just playing online, playing with friends. There is an arcade mode, and the arcade mode is kind of cool. So the arcade mode will take you down different paths based upon how well you do in the matches.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. I definitely got like C's my first time, so I was all over the place. As you jumped right into arcade mode.
Yeah. I thought I did pretty well.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I mean, I only had a couple matches, but
especially for somebody who does. I mean, you're not somebody who really plays a lot of fighting games.
No.
And so I played Street Fighter, and I think you use that down forward, Hadouken.
Yeah, you were guiding me through it.
Yeah, that down forward Hadouken punch. If you can do that, you can pretty much play this game. A lot of the combos are really simple. So you can just like kind of mash buttons, I guess. Like you can really just kind of like you just hit the square button, which is like your attack button. So you don't really have a punch or a kick in this game. You just kind of have like light, medium, heavy, and then you have your like Kai blast or key blasts, things like that. Then everybody has a couple supers, and so there's really. This game is really simple, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot to manage.
Yeah, one thing, and I'm really new at it. What was the so you're using the Dragon Balls, right? When those would come down, what was that representing?
Yeah, so if you collect all 7, you can summon Shenron. During the match.
What?
Yeah, you can summon Shenron during the match, and you can like heal yourself or get a revive a character or something. But it's like the matches will probably be over before that happens.
Right,
I've yet to do it.
Yeah.
And I played online quite a bit.
Okay.
I am playing the PC version. I believe it is also on PS4, Xbox One. I wanted the PC version so I can mod it later. And also, I was at work and I was like, yeah, time to buy it. And so I could just pop right in on Steam and have it downloaded by the time I got home. Again, it's really cool. There's some DLC coming. I think there's 8 characters. Coming. There's 3 you have to unlock from the get-go. You have to unlock Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, Vegeta, and Android 21.
Okay.
But that's I mean, even like the cool thing about this is like on some of the other Dragon Ball Z games, you have to kind of spend time powering up. In this game, you don't really have to do that. You can charge up.
Yeah, that was throwing me off just a little bit, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of can, because you don't really have to, but it's kind of cool. Like, so everybody has different, obviously, abilities. Most people have like projectile attacks, right? Like Goku does his Kamehameha wave, and a lot of people.
Can I talk about a few that I was using pretty regularly? Because I started off with who did I had? I had Tien, I had Yamcha, and Krillin.
Yeah.
My boys.
Yeah, the Z Fighters, the old school Z Fighters from Dragon Ball. Yeah.
So I was using a lot of Tri-Beam, right? What else using
Tri-Beam? Some Tri-Beam, some Destructo Disc.
Destruct, yep. And then Wolfang Fist.
Yeah, the Wolfang Fist. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's funny. Yamcha has turned into like the joke of all, like, because it's if for any of those guys who have listened to us on Second Breakfast, Az was always like, "What is Krillin like? Krillin,
what does he do?
Like,
what is his? What's the point?"
Yeah, you can tell right out of the bat. Krillin, as not a big Krillin fan, which is fine. But it's Yamcha's really the one who gets a lot of the jokes. But so some guys, so like Frieza has he can turn into Golden Frieza, and then he's a lot stronger for a bit. Gohan, adult Gohan, kind of goes like Mystic. And then that kind of lets him like move faster and things like that. And so there's just a lot of different things you can do. And you can call in allies and have them.
That was really cool. I actually really like that. That was one of my favorite things.
Yeah, you can call in allies, do that. If you've ever played Marvel vs. Capcom, you'd totally pick it up. So it's kind of a blend of a lot of different things, and it kind of reminds me in a way if you've played Super Smash Brothers, where Super Smash Brothers is like very simple. You only have like a couple commands, but there's like you can tell there's just this enormous depth to it. Yeah. And one of the coolest things about this game, a lot of 2D fighting games don't have that, is you have in a lot of like Street Fighter and stuff, you run into spacing issues, and so everybody just sits back and like fires like projectiles at each other. Right. But in this, you can just click the R2 button or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then boom, it'll zoom you.
Yeah, you can trigger in.
Yeah,
there.
you can right in there so you can get close again. So it makes like slower or bigger characters like, I mean, Vegeta's a little bit slower. He's slightly heavier. I mean, he's more of a balanced guy, but he is a little bit heavier than some of the other characters. And like Nappa's huge. Cell is very slow. Majin Buu.
Right. It took me a little bit to get used to, like, you jump in the air a little bit and you could R2 attack, right, and get close, like you said. And then you could also, if they did the same thing, you'd be suspended in air for a little bit fighting.
Yeah. Yep.
Which was like, what's going on?
Which is super cool. Yeah, so there's a lot of mechanics to it. There's counters, things like that. Playing online, man, the online it seems like it takes a little while to get into a match. I've kind of noticed, but again, maybe that's the PC thing. Maybe it's faster on PS4. I don't know. I played a handful of matches. The first couple, I mean, I got wrecked. I got absolutely demolished. And then, I was like, okay, I looked up some videos online of people doing like training videos, which I think I'm actually going to do now that I kind of know what I'm doing. Some like character guides. And so I was like, okay, now I know what I'm doing. I can like get into this, and I've like beaten some people now, which is really rewarding. Yeah. There's just a lot of other cool little interesting things in the game. So you unlock things via loot boxes, which unlike say like Star Wars Battlefront, it's like in-game currency, and it's super like you can't even actually buy them. I don't believe.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So
wait, I can't spend my own money?
I know. Yeah, you can't just spend another $60 and unlock everything. I know. How crazy is that? What are we living in? Like, like 2006 or something?
So buy my way to the top, man.
Yeah, I mean, you play through arcade mode once, and you get basically 10 capsules, and that unlocks like little like avatars to run around the lobby in and stuff like that. Yeah. And like you unlock so many. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Different colors for your characters. Yeah. Things like that. Yeah. So. Guys, pretty much I'm going to make this review kind of short. If you are a fan, as I've said before, I think a lot of the Dragon Ball Z games, if you're not really into Dragon Ball, some of them I think are really cool if you're just into fighting games, just because I just think the mechanics are really cool. And this is definitely, I cannot think of another fighting game I've played, especially in the 2D style, that is as simplistic as this, with also the layers of complexity. Like Street Fighter is, I mean, I guess you could say it's kind of simplistic, but there's a ton of like depth to it. I would like Street Fighter 4, for example, is like super complex. Like it's crazy. Like it's almost too complex. Yeah. Whereas this, I feel, is like almost on the opposite side, where this game I could see how you could say it's too simple. Like you can just mash combos, because you can pull off combos and use your super energy. Yeah.
Well, unless you're going against somebody like who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because because then I'm the button masher, and if I were going up against you, I'd be racked. I don't know what to do. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like could go both ways. But you have to pay attention to a lot too, because like I was just like I lost track of when my guy was like down in health, and I was like, what happened to Krillin?
Yeah, and you gotta. That comes into the managing thing. There's a lot to manage.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, there's a lot to manage because you have your super bar, you have your health, and you can regain your health. So, like if you've played Marvel vs. Capcom or any other games, 2D fighting games where you use multiple characters. So if you're the character you're using, you can see how he has those 2 bars. You have like the 1 bar, and then there's almost like a faded one. So you can sub out a character and he'll heal on like the sidelines, and stuff like that. So there is some managing going on. So maybe you haven't played a fighting game like that, and you're just a Dragon Ball fan and you want to check it out. So that is something to keep in mind. But the game is a lot of fun. Matches are just long enough to where it feels like there's 60 matches. I mean, I feel like most of them are over in 60 seconds, but I feel like so much happened in that 60 seconds.
Yeah.
It's kind of like on actual Dragon Ball time, where 5 minutes is 50 episodes. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a score here. And having played, all the Dragon Ball Z games and stuff like that, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
I think it's that good. I think it's like Street Fighter good. Like I think this is one of the best fighting games I've ever played. Like immediately just knew. So
Yeah, I'm not going to give them scores. I mean, I'm going to go right with you because 9. I can't really compare it to a whole lot of other things. I want to go play it again, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, it actually is a game that I really like. And then plus now that I'm into Dragon Ball, I love picking, like a couple of the other lesser characters and seeing them just go nuts,
I know, but the thing is, that is another thing. They're balanced in this game. A lot of other Dragon Ball Z games, a lot of the characters who don't have like crazy transformations, it's kind of unbalanced because there's like skills and capsules you can do to boost their power, but in this everyone's like essentially equal, right? So it's not like Krillin is going to get wrecked if he's fighting Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and stuff like that. So actually, I think Yamcha might be one of the best characters in the game.
Yeah,
Piccolo, I think I believe I was reading online the other day. A lot of people were saying Piccolo like they're like top tier characters.
Really? Yeah. Is there anywhere what are they going to get? Is there going to be like other? Are they going to expand?
They have. They're gonna. I don't know who exactly. I don't know if they have.
Could you imagine if like Jiren?
Yeah, that's the thing with Super going on. I would imagine if we're getting
crazy.
So if we're getting 8 characters, I would imagine we'll probably get 1 or 2 from. We'll probably see guys like Raditz. Trying to think of other guys from Z that maybe we'll get. We'll definitely probably get Raditz. We'll probably get like Kid Gohan. Maybe we'll get. Guys from Super for sure. I'm sure. Oh okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, okay. I'm sure Jiren is in there. Maybe Kefla is in there. Maybe Champa.
Get Kefla in there. I actually wouldn't mind seeing that.
And some of maybe Kaba. Some of those other like Universe 6 guys. Maybe Topo. And then maybe some guys from Dragon Ball. Maybe we get Kid Gohan or Kid Goku from Dragon Ball. There's so many characters they could go with.
Right.
So maybe some GT characters, obviously Android 17, he isn't in the game yet and stuff like that. So I'm sure we're going to get a lot of them coming down the pike.
Yeah. My question is, who's hogging the Nimbus Cloud? Like, is that a thing in this? Are we using it?
Hey, if Kid Goku's in there, maybe he'll bring it.
I feel like it's a big advantage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he'll bring it back. So Master Roshi, that's who I want.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I thinking? That's my guy. I love Matt. Oh man,
I'm sure he'll be in. He'll be in it. At some point. So, all right. Well, that is it for this review. Stay tuned. I think I'm gonna do some character guides. Kind of like break down some characters and stuff like that for maybe new players, things like that. So, anyway, as always, guys, thanks for listening.